Всем привет! Продолжаем проходить «Властелин колец. Война на севере». Останется по 6 серии, вот и там она. И вроде как уже не слишком-то и много осталось в локации. Вот. Ой, бля. Эти умертвия, блядь, они прям... Фу. У них стрелять постоянно надо. Хариус прям. Ай, блядь. Где он? Ты был сбит и убит, сука. Сломай ты, ёб твою мать. Продолжить. Что смотреть? Чем-то мне это, кстати, в Обливионе локацию одну напоминает. В начале прям, кстати. Точнее, не в начале, там мимо нее пробегаешь в начале. Правда, Обливион я не проходил. Не могу я его пройти, потому что я совсем охуевший, и мне нужен нормальный, типа, нормальный движок, блять, а что третье, что четвертое этого дать не могут. Если вот Sky Oblivion и Sky... Как-то там его, блять, не помню, короче, третьей части сделают на движке пятой, то тогда, да, тогда можно пройти будет. Ой. бесконечно будет идти, я так понимаю. А это что? Это... А, нет, я был здесь, я понял, что это.
exposed to defeat.
А где барьер? Подлечимся под ее барьером, чтобы зелье не тратить. Ну, это последний был такой хуй, который, блядь, меня бесит прям. Что у нас есть здесь? Все, let's do it дальше, нахуй. Блять, я вот точно реально, блядь, с моим зрением я еще и не вижу нихуя. Стараюсь разглядеть, блядь, и не получается. Поэтому я, собственно, в многих играх, блядь, на максималку выкручиваю себе, блядь, яркость, блядь, чтобы я хоть что-то видеть мог. Надо себе, блядь, очки покупать в пизду.
Wasn't the name? Eridon? Yes, it's me, my friend. I have been dreaming. How did you end up in this barrow? I recall we were making good speed through the downs, eager to return to our friends. But a fog began to rise and it became hard to find our way. I began to hear voices calling to us, as if from far off, or else underground. And then, the dead were all around us. We fought them, But then I felt the presence of something else, something stronger, more evil. I saw a shadowy figure seize hold of Kalaran and he fell senseless. He came for me. That is all I remember. But if I was brought living into this tomb, then the same would be true for Kalaran. We need to find him.
That's what we intend to do. Are you strong enough to join us?
Yes, I think I can keep up with you.
Let's go before any more dead things decide to turn up. Servants of the enemy, beware!
Да, походу быстрее закончим локацию, чем я думал. Ну, значит, еще одну локацию цепанем. Мне понравился вот этот удар, блядь. Очень хороший он.
Take refuge here. I will shield us from their arrows and bolts.
That must wait.
Let's see if you can take me! It's time to put an end to you!
Бачок, чувствую, моим глазам пиздец будет скоро, блядь.
It's a hard thing to see a good friend slain. Harder still to see his remains desecrated in this manner. At least now he is at rest. But you, how are you buried up?
First Black Riders, now Barrow-wites. This is more than men should have to consider. But where there is life, there is hope. Thanks for your concern, but I will be all right. I owe it to those who have fallen to go on as best I may.
We've gathered many rich treasures from this tomb. You certainly deserve a share.
Thanks, but it would only serve to remind me of all of this. You keep what you've won.
You've been through a terrible ordeal. Perhaps you should come with us to Rivendell. Or we could take you to Bree. It's not far away.
No, I feel my strength returning. I'll soon be myself again. And then I will bear Kalaran's body away from these tainted tombs. He should be buried with the rest of his brothers who fell at Sarnford.
That would be fitting. I hope that he will rest in peace. Farewell, Luna.
Вот и Ривенделл.
Eredon, it is good to see you safe. Eladan and Elro here told us of your actions at Fornost. Such courage and skill brings honor to all the Dunedain.
Indeed. It is an honor to welcome one so brave to my home, and your companions as well.
I am grateful for what you did at Fornost. If Agandaur's forces had joined in the hunt, there is little chance that I and my charges would have made it here to safety.
I'm glad to see you again, Aragorn. You can count on my sword whenever you have need of it. Although I am no wiser as to what this is all about.
I think it is time we told our newfound friends what they have gotten themselves into.
Gandalf, so you are involved in this as well?
Indeed. Wherever there is trouble and strife, and the enemy is stirring, there you will find Gandalf the Grey.
Well then, can you explain why the enemy is so eager to get his hands on a poor little hobbit?
You have more than earned such an explanation. Tell me, what do you know of Isildur's Bane?
Isildur's Bane? That is another name for the Ring of Power.
Quite right. The Ring of Power. The One Ring. The ruling ring. After lying lost and nearly forgotten for centuries, Sauron's ring has once again been found.
Do you mean to say the happening Aragorn rescued has come into possession of the Dark Lord's ring?
I see now how close we came to complete ruin. But what will become of the ring, now that it is safe in Rivendell?
There is no safe resting place for the ring. Not even here in Imladris. It is a danger to all who come near to it. There is only one course left to us. The ring must be destroyed.
To do so, the ring will need to be cast into the same fires from which it was forged. Those of Mount Doom, in the land of Mordor. The hobbit, Frodo Baggins, has agreed to take it there.
You're not going to send a hobbit off to Mordor alone.
No, certainly not. A fellowship will be formed. A fellowship of 9. 9 walkers set against Sauron's 9 Black Riders. Among this fellowship will be representatives of all the free peoples of the world. Elves, dwarves, and men. And
what can the rest of us do to assist you?
The Nazgul and Agandaur are dire threats. We must learn all we can of their movements before the Fellowship is to depart. Scouts will be sent out in every direction to scour the lands around Rivendell. Your aid in this would be of great service to our cause.
Very well. Where should we start?
Agandaur is our chief concern. Although the Nazgul are powerful foes, our mission here in the north is abundantly clear. We can only guess what Agandaur may be planning, or where he went after he escaped from you.
I suspect he may be planning to move against us here. Sauron's hatred of the elves is very great, and he does not forget the hand we played in his defeat during the War of the Last Alliance.
If it is strength he wants, he may well find it among the Etenmoors.
You know that region better than I. What can you tell me of the Etenmoors?
The Etenmoors are a spur of the Misty Mountains, lying almost directly north of Rivendell. It is a wild region of very rugged terrain, home to many trolls and giants.
I myself was in the Etenmoors but days ago. I saw no sign of Agandaur's presence. Neither did I encounter trolls. That fact alone is troubling. It could be that they are gathering in force, somewhere among the moors.
If so, it is best we learn of it before they can take us by surprise. We will scout the Etenmoors to see what we can discover.
From what I have heard of you, from Aragorn and Elrond's sons, I expected no less. Still, you have had a long road and hard fighting to get this far. Take what time you need to rest and recover before you set out. The Etenmoors are a dangerous place for the unprepared.
The hospitality of my house is yours, for as long as you wish.
Так, что у нас, кстати, там по заданию? Все выполнено. Показать древнюю книгу Эрланда. Давайте тут покажем дополнительно. Оружие надо будет ему таскать еще, блять. Лишнюю работу только накидывает, говнюк. Так, Эрланд.
Greetings. I am pleased to welcome you to my home. I had heard your name spoken with praise. The Dunedain are off.
Давай ты
but I
пиздёж свой себе оставишь. Мы нашли этот
I
свиток.
found this scroll at Fornost. I thought it best to bring it to your attention.
gather A wise decision. This is writ in the black speech of Mordor, a language I will not utter here. It is intended to instruct the...
Then it is good that we capture this from the enemy before it could cause further harm. What will become of it?
I will destroy this scroll, at the very least. But wait, here I discover more. Listen to what is written herein. Scribed by the hand of Agandaur, disciple of the great Lord Sauron, for the empowerment of his servant Wulfran and those others of his faithful who prove worthy. I will speak no more of these blasphemies, but it does say that this scroll is one of 7 such works.
Нужно найти остальные.
So 6 more remain. Perhaps we can capture them as well.
That would be a great service to our cause. Should you recover them all, bring them to me, and I will ensure they are destroyed.
I will be certain to do so.
In the meantime, please accept this in appreciation for bringing this matter to my attention. Perhaps it will be of service to you in your travels.
There is something else. I found this tome hidden amid the ruins at Fornost. It appears to be quite old.
Ah, now this is writing of an altogether more wholesome sort. This was not made by any minion of Sauron, but rather...
The pages are too worn and the writing too faded for me to make out much. Perhaps you can discover more.
Indeed, it seems to be a personal journal. And here is a name inscribed. M-A-L.
The name seems somewhat familiar.
Many of the Dunedain race are gifted with foresight, but none more than Malbeth. He predicted the final destruction of the kingdom of Arthedain, which befell... I will examine this work carefully. Who knows what other visions are here recorded. It may be that we will find something of... You did well in bringing this to me.
I'm happy to have been of service. Thank you, and farewell.
Так, 2 награды. Что там даст? Колечки. Первый у нас ловкость, здоровье, отражение урона. А второе сила, воля, защита. Ну вот это мне как-то поболее нравится. Вот это значит возьмем. Угу. Так, а здесь у нас зелье. Стойкость, происходит возмездие. Ну давайте возмездие возьмем. Я этими зельями все равно пользоваться не буду. Так, чего у нас дальше по заданиям? Так, 7 свитков найти, показать находку искусственному кузнецу. Вот сейчас к кузнецу мы и пойдем. Здорово. Мне нужен вот моя находка.
These are work of Westernese, the lost land of Numenor. The men who forged these items were skilled. Although these components were never part of a single work, I believe you have assembled everything I would need to make it so. The finished weapon would undoubtedly carry some elven quality.
What do you mean by that?
Only that with a work such as this,
I would be pleased if you would undertake them.
Very good. I will get started at once. There, it is finished.
Так, ладно, ремонт мне не нужен. А вот оружие новое я бы не отказался. Меч Ангмира и посох Ангмира. Ну, естественно, меч, потому что, как бы, мы же, блядь, не маги. Сука, это одноручий. Ну, блядь, походим пока с одноручием, пусть с тобой. Пусть будет. Надо тогда щиту прикупить к нему. Так, насколько я помню, где-то здесь вот торгаш, у которого можно шмотку купить. Так, продадим сейчас. Ой, а что я? Зачем? Давайте сначала купим новое, а потом уже старое смотреть будем. 46. 142. А здесь что мне не хватает? Ввиду... А, это не на меня. Так, лук. Так, ну меч у нас есть, а вот щита, блядь, не продает она. Это плохо, конечно, ну ладно. Так, штанцы. Что у нас по штанцам? Штанцов здесь хороших у нас нету, а сапоги есть. Так, зелицы купим. Так, теперь продаем то, что не надо. Так, нахер. Нахер. Блять, зачем я это сделал? Так, купить. Штанцы мы вроде, да, продали? А, хотя не штанцы. 32. Так. Так. Раз. Два. Три. Блять, все-таки штанцы. Ладно. 43. Так, это... Сапоги мы... Один. Это покупка или продажа? Подожди. Блять, купить. Так, 21, 20, 24, 28. Вот эти, значит, мы купим все. Так вот. Ну и можно попиздеть здесь со всеми.
Well, my friend, it's an honor to make the acquaintance of one of Thorin's valiant companions. I'm Glon, son of Groen from the Lonely Mountain.
And one of Bilbo's companions in the quest to slay the dragon Smaug. It's an honor to meet such a famous dwarf. I'm Eredon of the Dunedain.
I heard about that business at Sarn Ford, and they say the three of you brought down an orc chieftain at Fornost. I expect I'll be hearing of even greater deeds before long. It does my heart good to see a dwarf, an elf, and a man working together again. Reminds me of the old days, it does, when the three kindred fought alongside one another in the Battle of the Five Armies.
What could have been important enough to bring you all the way from your distant home?
I came at the bidding of my lord, King Dane. My son Gimli and a few companions came with me. For all paths grow dangerous under the spread of the shadow. With the enemy seeking news of Bilbo, Dane thought we should come to Elrond for counsel. I never imagined what I'd learn when we got here, but it may be wise to say no more.
Aragorn has told us that Frodo bears the One Ring.
Alas, that we should live in such times. Well, Frodo knows what he must do. If I were younger, I'd go with him. But we must each serve where we are most needed, even as you must, with such friends as you trust.
And where do you think I am needed the most?
That's plain as the beard on my face. It's right here, of course. You've uncovered a deadly enemy in this Agandaur. As long as he's free to carry out Sauron's will, he'll gather more orcs, goblins, and trolls to his banner. Rivendell, the Shire, the Brelons, no place will be safe from his wrath. He must be stopped.
Sauron's attention will be focused largely on the south. Perhaps if we thwart his plans here, it will distract him. That could benefit Frodo and the Fellowship on their quest.
That's my thoughts upon the matter, too. Be the stinging fly in the ointment, as it were. Only this fly's sting will be deadly. And it's time to be about your business. Goodbye. And good luck to you.
Так, что еще у нас тут? Ну, ты кто?
I thought it rare to find one dwarf so far from home. Yet here is another. If I may say, There's something about you that reminds me of my companion Farron.
Gimli, son of Gloin, at your service.
А, Гимли, ебать,
Your eyes
здорово.
serve you well, Ranger. Farron is indeed a kinsman of mine, and a most valiant dwarf. And if I may say, your own fame has gone before you. You fought well at Fornost, and I hear much praise of your exploits. Most impressive, though of course you had Farron's help.
I must concede the usefulness of a dwarf in battle. He wields his weapon to good effect, as long as he stays clear of my knees.
Useful? I dare say you'll find him more than useful. Why, he's a hero of the Battle of the Five Armies. Men, elves, and dwarves against orcs and goblins. And many an orc has felt the caress of his axe.
Farron said no word of other kin coming to join him. What brings you here to Imladris?
Aye, it's a long march from the halls of Erebor, but grim news goes on swift feet. It was for Bilbo's sake we came, with a warning that the servants of Sauron wished to find him and his ring. Thrice a Black Rider came to the front gate of Erebor, demanding news of Bilbo, and threatens to return once more. Ere that should happen, King Dane sent my father, Glóin, to seek the advice of Elrond. You've heard the results of the council? I see you have. I have sworn to protect Frodo upon his quest, an oath I will fulfill though all the orcs of Middle-earth.
When do you leave for the south?
Not soon enough for my liking. Elrond is sending scouts many leagues in all directions, and we will wait for their news. They search for signs of any Nazgul that may have survived the flooding of the river. And there are other threats besides, as you well know. My heart forebodes that the north is not safe.
Elrond has asked us to scout the Edenmoors. But what is it that worries you about the north?
I like not what I've heard of this Agendaur you drove from Fornost. He could yet cause grief untold. There are rumors of gatherings of orcs, goblins, and other deadly foes growing in strength. When the Dark Lord strikes, there will be more than one land that feels his wrath. I fear for the Shire and Rivendell. It would ease my heart to know that you'll look to the defense of the North for as long as you're needed. With help from Farron, of course.
For my part, you have my word on it. And I have no doubt your trustworthy kinsman and Andrea will stand by my side.
Так, кто следующий у нас? О, Фродо.
Hello. You are Aradan, aren't you? I was hoping I would get a chance to speak with you.
And you are Frodo Baggins. Aragorn and Gandalf have told me about you. And your burden.
Likewise, they have told me all about you. I wanted to thank you and your friends for all you did to keep us safe on our journey to Rivendell.
You are most welcome, Frodo. It is only now that we have learned just how important our task was. I am pleased we were able to help.
It seems as if I owe everyone thanks. You, Aragorn, Elrond. Without the help of each of you, I wouldn't be here now.
It is we who should thank you. To have come this far through so many perils shows a great deal of courage.
Thank you for saying so, but I don't feel brave, just very fortunate.
Courage comes in many forms, Frodo. Of your own free will, you have chosen to bear the ring into Mordor. You may well be the most courageous person I have ever known.
I'll try to bear that in mind. I only hope I can measure up to everyone's expectations.
I have a strong feeling you will. In the meantime, you should rest and recover your strength.
Так, Бильбо, здорово. Ну, блядь, в смысле?
Hello, you are one of the Dunedain, are you not? Please allow me to introduce myself. Bilbo Baggins at your service.
Eradan, at yours.
Always happy to meet one of the Guardians of the North. I've heard about what you and your friends did to help my Frodo and the Dunedain reach Rivendell safely. You'll have to tell me all about it one of these days so I can write it all down properly.
Write it down? Are you then a chronicler, Mr. Baggins?
A chronicler? Oh, no more of an enthusiastic scribbler, really. History is just one of my interests. Lately, I've been working on poetry mostly. Say, maybe you could help me with that. I'm writing a poem for Aragorn and I'm a bit stuck on it.
Is that so? Well then, let me hear what you have.
Very well, very well. The verse that's giving me trouble runs like this. The light from the west is rekindled. Forth from Imladris it springs. Renewed is the hope that has dwindled.
The light from the west is rekindled. Forth from Imladris it springs. Renewed is the hope that has dwindled. The scion of Westernese kings.
Why, yes, yes, that's just the thing, isn't it? Oh, my friend, you should consider exchanging those weapons of yours for the poet's pen.
One day, perhaps. But for now, we have more need of warriors than poets.
I'm afraid you're right, but since these old hands are not much use with the sword, I'll just keep on with the pen. Though I'll need some help. Perhaps you could show this to the Lady Arwen. She has her people's gift with work.
I will take it to her.
Thanks very much. Be sure to give her my compliments, won't you?
I will indeed. Farewell now.
Так, сыновья. Здорово, пацаны, еще раз. Давно не виделись.
The sun shines and all is fair and peaceful here in Imladris. A far cry from the blood and dust of Fornost, is it not? You and your companions did very well there. Indeed, things might have gone badly for us had you not been there. You'll earn some time to recover from the toils of battle and hard travel. And I believe you will find no place better for the restoration of body and spirit than this, our home.
It is pleasant, but I shall not stay long. I have promised to scout the Evermoors for signs of the enemy. But what of you? I cannot believe the two of you will remain idle for any length of time.
No, indeed. We are to set off at once on a similar mission to your own. Only we will travel south, seeking for signs of the Nazgul or other threats. Aragorn will accompany us at least part of the way.
I wish you luck. Goodbye.
Так, есть еще с кем попиздить? Гендер, давай с тобой еще.
Ah, Eradan. It is good of you to seek me out.
На,
You've grown and I should be going.
это обычный разговор. А это кто? А, Леголас, ёпта.
Pardon my curiosity, but you don't appear to be one of Elrond's people.
No, I am one of the woodland folk of Mirkwood. My name is Legolas Greenleaf, the son of Thranduil, king of the Woodland Realm. But I too am curious. You don't appear to be one of the men of Dale, nor one of the Bjornings.
I'm Eradan, one of the Rangers of the North, the Dunedain.
Ah, one of those who follow Aragorn, son of Arathorn.
He is our chieftain, yes. But how is it that you know Aragorn in distant Mirkwood?
Aragorn is a great traveler. Although he is not a frequent guest in my father's realm, he is known and honored there all the same.
What brought you on such a long and perilous journey?
Unpleasant business. My father sent me to report the escape of Gollum, a creature Aragorn had entrusted to our care.
What can you tell me about this Gollum?
A pathetic creature who long held the Ring of Power. The evil of the ring has left him twisted and tormented. His only thought is to recover what was taken from him.
How did Gollum manage to escape your guard?
Not from a lack of watchfulness, but perhaps from too much kindness. We occasionally allowed Gollum to go about the wood under close guard. But on one of these ventures, the guards were attacked by orcs from Dol Guldur. In the confusion, Gollum escaped. We followed his tracks southward for many leagues, until it drew near to Dol Guldur. There, it became too dangerous to pursue him any further.
What is this place, Dol Guldur?
A stronghold of the enemy in the south of Mirkwood. It was once the dwelling of the Dark Lord, until he was driven out in the year of the Dragon's Fall. But it has once again become a place of great evil. All the darkness that besets Mirkwood has its source in Dol...
Will you be departing for your home soon?
No. I have been chosen to represent Elvenkind among the Company of the Ring. I will be accompanying the halfling, Frodo Baggins, on his...
It seems strange that with so many elves in his own household to consider, Elrond chose to make you a member of the Fellowship.
I asked for the privilege, and Elrond did not refuse me. I feel he may have been relieved not to lose any of his household to this quest. He will have need of all his strength, should the enemy...
I am curious why you would volunteer for this.
Partially to make amends for the loss of Gollum, but more so because this will be the final chapter in our long struggle against the darkness. And I wish to have a hand in our final victory. Or at least, to stand in the forefront of our last...
May fortune favor your fellowship in the days ahead, Legolas.
Так, ну и Арвин осталось.
Magavanen, well met and welcome to the safe haven of Imladris.
My Gavanen, Lady Arwen. It is a great honor.
The Dunedain are always welcome here. You have endured great danger and given us urgent warning of a new threat to the north. For this, we honor you, Eridan.
It is my duty as a ranger, nothing more. I am glad to be of service to my Lord Aragorn.
You show the modesty worthy of a hero. Estelle and my brothers have spoken highly of your courage at Fornost, and I thank you for your part in seeing to my brother's safe return. Please, take your ease and rest a while in our halls. You will find all your heart could desire, whether it be food, drink, song, or storytelling.
I have an errand I must not forget. Here is an unfinished poem from Bilbo. He asked for your opinion and advice, saying the subject is very close to your heart.
Then it must be about Estelle. He is fond of writing verses in honor of his good friend, and therefore often comes to me for advice. You may leave it with me, Eridan. I will give it some thought and answer it myself.
Thank you, lady. Perhaps the time will come when I can enjoy these gentle arts, but that time is not today. Your father has tasked me with scouting the Ettenmoors.
Then I will not keep you, but we may be of service to one another. I am helping my father brew a potion known as Miraval. One sip of Miraval can renew heart and soul, and bring new vigor to weary limbs. I am in short supply of certain rare ingredients that may be found in the Ettenmoors. If I gave you a list of the ingredients, perhaps you could bring any you find while carrying out your mission. With enough ingredients, I will return the favor by brewing an extra flask that you may have for your own use.
Gladly, Lady Arwen. That is a generous offer. Should I find what you require, I will return to you once my mission is complete.
Все. Давайте на этом на сегодня закончим. Продолжим в следующей серии. Так что всем удачи и всем пока.